parking garage at Mount Rushmore.
No one knows that. Hi.
Yeah. Hey there. It's day 7. We're at the Rapid City KOA. It's about, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. We're getting all packed up and ready to pull out. We're gonna head somewheres in Montana today. Try to get halfway to Glacier, thereabouts. A couple of things we've done in the last few days. We have some privacy curtains hung up finally. These came from, I think, the Salvation Army in Rochester. My mom picked them up, and we picked up some clip hangers at Walmart. So we have that, and they're sun blocking drapes. So we just turned them basically sideways and hung them to the clips on the rail. We have the blinds installed on this side here. We did that when we pulled into this campsite here on Monday night. The kids painted in a bunch of the states that we've been through so far. So we got New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and South Dakota. And today we're gonna get up into here somewheres. If we can try to get to Billings, that's kind of what the plan is, but we'll see. We're hooked up to electric. I still have the leak in the bathroom faucet. I have the parts to fix that, so we're not quite ready to be hooked up to water and sewer yet, but by the time we get to Glacier, hopefully we'll have that fixed. I'll try to work on that tonight when we're parked. We're just going to stop in a travel plaza somewheres. The tow dolly is working really well, so we're still being plagued by fuel issues. Keeps feeling like it's running out of gas. Haven't had a hard time all the way across South Dakota here. It's uphill basically the entire way. Had a big hill where you kind of drop down, go over the upper Missouri River, and then you head back up the hill, and we were down to about 20 miles an hour on the shoulder of the road. We replaced all the fuel filters. That made it, it seemed like it ran good for about the first 70 miles out of the St. Paul area, and then the problem showed back up. So I have a brand new fuel filter I picked up at Napa here yesterday, and we're going to pull out of this spot here and find a big box store parking lot somewheres up closer to the interstate, and crawl under it and swap out the fuel pump this morning. It doesn't cost me anything to be stuck in a parking lot for a few hours trying to fix that. If I'm here past 11, it costs me an extra $55 for a night, so we're not going to change it here. We're going to wait until we get pulled out and get stuck someplace that if we're there in a couple extra hours and way late, it's not going to cost me anything. So like I say, the plan is tonight try to get somewhere as close to Billings. We get going here and the fuel pump goes in and solves our problem, and we don't have any other issues, then maybe we'll see, depending on what time, we'll maybe try to push past Billings so we can get to St. Mary's, Montana a little bit earlier in the afternoon tomorrow. We got about 350 miles planned for each day here, so certainly not the 620 that we tried to do on Monday. We got here in like 15 minutes before the campground office closed for the night. We got here like 9:45, and the only thing that saved us was we had a time zone change halfway across South Dakota, so we gained an hour there for our travel time. So we pulled in here about between about 9:45. So that's it for today. Okay, oops. Here we are, we're in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. It's been quite an adventure since, well, since Chicago really. So we had a layover in Edmonton to get some work done on the RV to get the fuel starvation issue fixed. I think we've got that licked once and for all. We did have a little bit of excitement today about 3 hours in after leaving the shop in Edmonton. It acted like it was running out of fuel again, and lo and behold, it was actually running out of fuel. So thank God for having 2 tanks, and I'm going to get that switch replaced in the dash for the fuel gauge, so the fuel gauge works properly. 225 liters it took to fill the tank, so that's about 62-ish gallons. Holds 70, but there's an overflow tube that's in with the vent tube, so I can't actually get 72 gallons in. So we have here in the background the town of Dawson, and if we look over my shoulder here, there's the famous Alaska Highway sign. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock at night. Still quite bright out. It's going to stay twilight probably until 11:30. As we keep heading north towards the sun, it's daylight out later and later and later, which is good. We're trying to push through. We lost a day in Rapid City that we just lost at that night at Glacier, and then we lost a day and a half in Edmonton. And I think if we push through in late tonight, I had a couple shorter days planned that was supposed to be today and tomorrow. We might try to combine those and see if we can't get to Dawson up in the Yukon on time on Thursday, or at least time to get checked in and set up on Thursday, so we don't lose night camping there, and we can go and see all the Gold Town mine attractions and stuff like that on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, I think. So I know it's been slow on these video updates. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of things going on. We haven't had time to shoot a lot of video or even edit the video, and it's really hard to find places with Wi-Fi up here where I can even upload blog posts, much less upload a YouTube video. But we're going to try to find some place in the next couple days. Certainly when we get to Dawson up in the Yukon, we should have some ability to have Wi-Fi up there for a while. And we'll get you guys all caught up. I know you're probably all wondering how things are going. Not 100% smooth, but the old girl is still driving. She's running better than she has in a long time, so we're betting on that. So we should be in Alaska in probably about 5 or 6 days, and we'll talk to you some more. Bye.